I'm 23 and I make 6 figures working from home in cybersecurity. Here's
Okay.
how I got my job in 4 weeks. The
Nice.
first step I took is I enrolled in this online self-paced nonprofit college. It's probably the cheapest degree in the whole entire country and it's completely accredited. The college is named...
Dude, there's no way. 4 weeks and you're a 6-figure remote. I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe you. I'm hopping on those influencer trends. All right, so I'm going to be reacting to cybersecurity advice on TikTok. There's a lot of security advice out there. You know that I've always been transparent and realistic with the world of careers and security. And so I thought I'd discover the world of TikTok career and security advice. Now, a quick shout out to my buddy Day over at Cyberwalks. I'm copying his video ideas, so go and make sure to check out his video and channel. He produces some really good content. Headphone initiation time onto TikTok. So I've looked up the word security on TikTok, cybersecurity, and I'm just going to be scrolling through some of these, listening to them, and I don't know, seeing what type of things happen. So let's do this.
So I work in cybersecurity, and I think one of the best parts about working in cybersecurity is the authority that you get to question and challenge things at the company that many other departments just don't get to do. And the reason is because your job is to literally prevent the company from external and internal threats, right? One of the projects that I'm working on right now, for example, is working with the finance team to better understand what type of financial systems and tools we use. And I'm asking a ton of questions around who gets access to the tools, why do they get access, what level of access do they get, because my job is to literally ensure least privilege. So I work in cybersecurity.
So yeah, no, I mean, I think that there is the benefits of like being a kind of a critiquer, but at the same time, you have to think about like not coming from a place of superiority. In fact, you know, security should be an enabler in the business, not necessarily like I have authority, you give me these answers. It should just be very collaborative. That's where security is really going to function and be successful. Yeah, so I mean, don't place it from a place of security. All right, next one.
If you've ever wondered what a hacker sees when they hack your computer, today's your lucky day. So on my desk right here, I have a regular PC. And then on my lap, I have a computer running Metasploit. Metasploit is a tool that a lot of hackers and pen testers use to gain control of other computers. And you can use it to generate custom rats or viruses that give you remote access. So I generated this on the other computer and I'm about to run it on here. Now, nothing happens on this computer when I run the file, but on this computer, you can see that a new connection has been started. So there is like a ton that I can now do on this computer that affects that one. For instance, I can type PS and see every process that's running on that computer. So all the apps and programs that are open.
Okay, so yeah, this is true. Metasploit is this framework and you see it commonly used throughout various different courses. I've done it myself. Yes, it's used and it's very like it can be used in production-based environment, but most of the time, modern AV EDR solutions, they're going to block most of these Metasploit modules. So, it's true, but also with a grain of salt. Ah, yes, the green lines of code. The Matrix. Looking at it. Cables.
Hello? No, I'm not going to unblock Sims Online. Yep, no, we have the firewall set that way for a reason, okay? It's a company policy, and we're not making an exception.
Yep, this is true. Security is a lot of not hacking and honestly just interfacing with users and going through a list of policies. Yep, that's true.
There are 5 very simple projects to get into cybersecurity. Number 1, create a honeypot. Number 2, create a password cracker. Number 3, build a tool that sniffs network traffic. Number 4, create a keylogger for practice. Number 5, which is the most important one, create a home lab. There are 5 very simple.
Create a home lab. I like that 5th one. That's a good recommendation.
I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go.
Ah, yes, the green lines of code and the darkness. Trend. See, this is okay. So this is the issue with like security content is when you promote stuff like this, it's like very Hollywood and it's just not very true. I mean, I understand you gotta do it for the clicks and the content, but yeah, it's just not very true.
Perky, baby, what we finna do?
Ah, yes. Yeah. You gotta have the gurus, the fake gurus, flexing their Lamborghini and gold chains. Absolutely. In the world of security, this is all you have to do. Buy their course, you're set for life. Don't follow these people. I mean, this is just trash content, honestly. I mean, these are just totally false. I mean, yes, you can make a lot of money in security. I'm not doubting that maybe this individual has, but be realistic. This is stupid.
Arada mais pra frente, vem, não dá um dente, segura, mas tá.
This is like, bro put stock footage on. All right, yeah, this is stupid. What? I don't even get what this is supposed to even mean. Like showing the domains of security, I guess. Bro using that stock footage, so cringe.
I really wish this wasn't an exaggeration.
All right, that is honestly, I relate to that. So I got a security degree in university, and I would say that this isn't necessarily false, especially in this job market. I mean, it's hard. So, bro's actually putting out realistic content. I appreciate that.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to the light, hit them strictly with that fire.
Walk, nice.
Fire.
Looks like he's living a decent life.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty realistic day. I mean, you're not going to be going through a whole bunch of hacking scenes and all that crap like we've seen before. I mean, a lot of it is just going to be meetings, working through security alerts. I mean, this is a pretty decent day in the life video. It's very fair.
Getting into the cybersecurity industry is all about leverage. And the reason why a lot of you can't seem to gain leverage is because you're not actually interested in cybersecurity. You're interested in the pay band that comes with cybersecurity. You're interested in the option for remote work.
See, yeah, I totally agree. I'm not going to listen to 5 minutes of this, but yeah, I think this guy is spot on with the first 30 seconds of this video. I mean, the pay is good in security, and I can't deny that. But I think that especially like in the career field of security, you just constantly have to be learning, and it almost becomes stressful. And so like your mind never almost turns off when you're just like, you have to be always thinking. So I 100% agree that, cybersecurity, it isn't easy, and it's pretty intense. You just, in a way, it kind of has to be a lifestyle, which is unfortunate. Especially for those who are really successful in this industry. I think that's very true.
I don't know where everybody got this idea from of trying to go straight into cybersecurity, but please stop doing it. Cybersecurity is not an entry-level role. If you have no experience whatsoever, and if you do not have a government security clearance, you are not going straight into cybersecurity. I hate to break it to you. What you should be doing is...
All right, so that's not true. I don't have a security clearance. All my friends don't have security clearance, or a very minimal amount of them. I think Simone actually does government-based kind of content, which isn't bad. I'm not knocking it. I think... she is on point with security. Typically isn't very entry-level friendly. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but yeah, it's definitely not the most realistic career path. So yeah, just decent call out there, but you don't need a security clearance to be in security.
You're not going to make 100K after getting the Security Plus. Don't believe the boot camps. You're not going to make 90K after 90 days.
Yeah, nope.
Let me show you what a realistic salary progression looks like.
Okay.
First,
let's see.
Here are my credentials, having been 5 years in cybersecurity.
All right.
You'll probably start in year 1 to 2 in an entry-level IT/tech job. Here's the pay range for that, most likely. And here are some of the most common job titles.
Fair.
And then in year 2 to 3, you'll probably be able to break into cybersecurity. This will be an entry-level SOC role, cybersecurity analyst.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. Depends on
and then this is
where you're at in the country / world.
And in year 3 to 5, you'll be able to move up the ladder.
Yeah, I would say year 3 to 5 is really that career progression. I think it really starts to accelerate where you can start to see your salary move up. It depends on what those 3 to 5 years of experience in security are and how relevant they are. But yeah, this is a really true video. I would 100% agree with this.
This is what y'all think cybersecurity look like. This is what I get every time. All right, I'm hacking into the data frame. Won't take long. I'll begin in a second. Just gotta get past this firewall.
Fair point.
When in reality, it's like,
Hey, I walked out of my car.
okay, what's your user ID number?
Yep.
It's 378.
Yep. It's troubleshooting, very much so service desk oriented. Absolutely, that's a fair point. POV, you chose cybersecurity. I think this dude's like trying to flex the view that he has, like maybe the apartment he's in. I mean, again, you can make money in security, but dude, come on.
Yeah. 5 tips to help you get ahead and excel in the cybersecurity game.
350 video.
Well, first and
I'm not gonna be able
foremost,
to do that.
why am I qualified to tell you this?
I got my master's degree from the University of San Diego in cybersecurity operations and leadership. I have my CISSP and my CC. I have my Network Plus, and then I also have my Security Plus.
I mean, okay, so here's the deal. I think that like certifications and, you know, security degrees, like I have both, right? And I think that they do add credibility to your name, but it's just very highly dependent. I found that like a lot of people who go through those funnels do get jobs, right? But they tend to be a little, actually not as qualified as you think. A lot of like security-based certifications are just like gamified, right? I mean, you basically go through a list of content and you learn it, and then you go through this exam and then you forget it, right? And so I think it's very important that when you do security certifications, it's very like oriented around actual learning of content, instead of just like using it as a credibility booster, especially for like the CompTIA stuff. Like a lot of people have them nowadays. I'm not saying that they're bad. I still have them, and I would pursue additional ones, but it just really depends on the context of like what you're trying to do. Walk into your first day of cybersecurity. Alright, so this is by the Hack the Box crew. I think this is a bit of satire here, but I think that maybe I'm reading into this maybe a bit too much. Yeah, I think imposter syndrome is really big in this industry, and so like you can always compare yourself to somebody who's much more qualified than you, and it's very true. So I get this all the time. I feel this all the time, and I don't know if I'm reading into that way too much. Cybersecurity. Oh, dude, the bros got the After Effects out here. Cybersecurity, all the green lines of code. This is so stupid. What benefits from this content?
You are being completely lied to about cybersecurity.
Okay.
So I keep seeing these videos online of people who have definitely never touched the computer in their life, saying they do cybersecurity fully remote in the Bahamas, making 6 figures plus. And I'm here to tell you, don't feel like you're missing out, because it is not true.
Yep, it's
I'm
not
a cybersecurity engineer who's worked at top tech companies like Tesla and Amazon, has actually made 6 figures plus, and I'm telling you guys, it is not true. Whether you're entry level, mid level, cybersecurity is not easy to get into.
Nope.
Companies literally hire you to protect their most critical assets, and they can lose billions of dollars if you mess up. Well, obviously, they're going to be really selective with who they choose to actually do the job. And that's why getting a certification or two from some free online course is not actually going to get you a job in cybersecurity like these ads tell you. In reality, if you want to get into cybersecurity, you're going to have a pretty decent understanding of databases, networks, front end, back end, basically everything. Now, this might seem like a lot, but to be honest, if they're paying you 6 figures plus to defend the most critical assets of a company where they can potentially lose billions of dollars if they get hacked, and you're the one supposed to protect it, it makes sense that you're supposed to have pretty decent knowledge. With a lot of hard work, I was able to
that's fair, man. I think this is spot on. Props to you for actually making a realistic video.
If there is one thing I can do for them, for the dead.
Oh boy, got that.
It is to win and keep winning until I attain my...
So, I mean, look, Linux is great. In fact, I may switch over as a daily eventually, especially now that Windows 10 has been discontinued. I'm on the ESUs. I don't know. I'm just kind of fed up with Microsoft. I stayed on Microsoft this entire time just for the Adobe Creative Cloud suite. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's just oversensationalization with like Linux. The Linux versus Windows debate is kind of stupid in this industry, in my opinion. I think people who are like Linux fanboys really are just looking for rage bait. Yeah, the Linux does excel in several areas comparatively to Windows, but unfortunately, Windows now today is still the daily operating system for 90-95% of the world. So I think that you just have to kind of put that into context.
Here's the exact roadmap I'd follow if I was starting in cybersecurity from scratch in 2025. And yes, everything I'm about to share with you is 100% free. Step 1, get certified. ISC Squared has a free beginner-friendly cert that also gives you all the prep for free. This is industry-recognized cert, Bradley badge, all for free.
I mean, fair.
Step 2, Get hands-on. Go to
We work in cybersecurity. Of course we don't join random Wi-Fi networks.
We work in cybersecurity. Of course we can only survive on Red Bull and coffee.
We work in cybersecurity. Of course we judge people by their browser choices.
We work in cybersecurity. Of course our coffee is as strong as our passwords.
We work in cybersecurity, and no, we won't hack your ex's Facebook.
The amount of times that I have received Instagram DMs of some random person saying, can you hack into my significant other's social media account? I would be rich by now. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I'm not hacking into somebody's account. And in fact, most of the times I can't recover your password either.
So I make 6 figures in cybersecurity and I don't code. And how's that possible? I just spilled this all over myself. So cybersecurity is not a job necessarily or a career where you have to code. There's so many different things to do. There's so many different roles. Now personally, I'm a security engineer and I do vulnerability management. But let's say I want to be a senior, cybersecurity engineer and I'm doing a different work and I'm a different company. Then yeah, it's to my benefit to learn to code. But as an analyst, as a cybersecurity analyst, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't really have to learn how to code in security. I would say having a familiar base with coding and coding languages is absolutely going to not harm you, especially now in the world of AI agents. This is becoming maybe less of a skill, although learning how to code, I would still highly recommend to do it in security, because even if you aren't necessarily like interfacing with programming or software development, security, you're going to find areas where you can automate perhaps areas of your code. What am I saying? Basically, you are an individual who can automate. What am I saying? Gosh. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, damn, I cannot do this. How cybersecurity creators feel after invalidating your whole roadmap. So I think there's a lot of advice. Obviously, I'm giving advice all the time on security, and yeah, it's fair. I mean, there's so many different roadmaps, and the advice I always gives is listen to all those roadmap content, and then just pick a 1 or 2 areas where you think you would want to go into, and then just actually go out and do that. Like, make your own roadmap is what I'm trying to say. Okay, next.
A day in the life of a cybersecurity specialist.
Welcome everyone back to day 15 of turning nothing into a $1 million cybersecurity company. Today we had something special cooking. We had a call with a cyber liability insurance firm to discuss forming a partnership so we can provide cyber liability insurance to our customers. So obviously the benefit there is to get these companies the cyber liability insurance, but it also encourages them to get more services with us so that we can lower their premium. We keep forming partnerships like this so that we have a lot to bring to the table and a lot more value.
Cybersecurity insurance is kind of interesting. I think a lot of companies are kind of hiding behind security insurance, and I don't blame them necessarily. It's just been an interesting development within the last decade of security, like that insurance companies are willing to foot the bill. I'll be curious to see like how much longer this exists, and how much the premiums are for something like this, because I think it's just going to continue to go up. That's it. The AI TikTok warlords are not telling me what to do. All right, so let's keep going. Maybe a few more, right? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, what the heck, dude? I don't want to see you. I don't know what's going on. Dude, I don't want that. All right. Why can't I play this?
You never know how dangerous cybersecurity
Let's do a
really
little
is.
bit of refresh, baby. Oh boy. Phone mode. Oh shoot. Oh hell yeah, we got a little Debu coin. TikTok shop, baby? Okay.
Let's get started with my first networking project.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a total of 3 routers and 3 switches. My goal with this project is to get familiar with OSPF and inter VLAN routing. I was supposed to get familiar with router redundancy such as VRRP or HSRP, but I didn't create.
Hey, creating your cybersecurity home lab. I'm always an advocate. I love this. Like, this guy's, taking out some old switches and routers and connecting them. This is exactly what I think you can do to really just kind of build out your fundamental base, especially in networking. It's very important in security. So props to you.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a cybersecurity specialist.
Okay.
How much money do you make for your doing this?
So I have multiple clients and multiple projects, but I think my best year was around 400,000.
But if you just focus on one project, you can make approximately like $150,000.
Okay, so what are you doing, dude?
And how many years
consultant
experience do you have doing this? How long you been doing this for?
Almost 5 years now. Yeah, almost 5 years. Yeah.
Now, what does exactly you do? Can you go into more detail? What's your job exactly?
So pretty much, I protect big companies from getting their data stolen. So I keep all the bad guys from stealing their data. So I keep my clients happy and I ensure their safety.
I mean, okay, but like, how are you making $400K, dude? Like, I don't get it. Are you a consultant for a big company? Like,
is it possible to get a cybersecurity job in 2025 without understanding AI? Technically, yes, but reality check. Good luck with that.
Okay, no, that's not necessarily true, dude. The amount of times AI has been peddling through this industry. So yeah, I mean, sure, is AI going to help you in areas of security? Absolutely, but like, no, it's specifically like IT fundamentals in security are your base, right? And so, no, AI is not going to necessarily help you in security. The fundamentals, those are what it's going to. Like, I think this constant clickbait AI stuff, man, I'm just too over this.
I'm 23 and I make 6 figures working from home in cybersecurity. Here's how I got my job in 4 weeks.